was, but it kind of appears as though he might have and might continue to take some shred of steroids.
That's a funny like side plot because he admitted publicly that he's on like human growth hormone, but he phrased it in a way where it's like I'm on natural human, but it's like, no, you're on fucking PEDs. And yeah, just like the way when he went to Muscle Beach and he was working out and you're like, he is way too big to be having that much trouble lifting moderately sized weights.
A lot of people think that that's what's happened to Elon Musk, who is oddly shaped now because he's taking steroids and not working out.
Yeah,
Someone
that could be it.
Very recently showed the picture of him walking in with the sink to Twitter HQ and then showed a recent picture of him, and it's like what owning Twitter does to a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it is bizarre. And I know he's at an age where you age noticeably, but not like that.
Yeah, something's weird happening there. He looks like a Rob Liefeld character.
Yes, he does.
But yeah, if there was nothing physical, I guess they sexted, which is disgusting
and bad for Cheryl,
and very bad for Cheryl.
Yeah,
who, you know, as hard as as her character had it on the hit comedy series Curb Your Enthusiasm, the real life Cheryl, she's got it so much worse.
You've got to imagine what a relief it was when he dropped out of the race for her, only for this and the whale investigation to come out,
and endorsing Trump and becoming part of his campaign.
Yeah, but who knows who knows if she actually cares about that?
I mean, I bet she does. She's a Hollywood actress who runs in very liberal circles, and probably I don't think she's getting as many party invites is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, New York Magazine also confirmed that the relationship did in fact start after that profile where she rode with him in his shitbox full of dogs. And they also say that they did not learn about this from Olivia Nuzzi disclosing it, which makes you wonder how they did learn about it. Now, we would like to imagine that it was something similar to the scene in Succession where Roman Roy accidentally texts his own father a dick pic.
Spoiler.
But it's more likely that Olivia Nuzzi's longtime fiancé found out about it and told her boss. Because, yeah, not only is RFK married, Olivia Nuzzi was engaged while this was all going on. The fiancé, fellow journalist Ryan Lizza, who Nuzzi started dating when he was nearly twice her age and was himself once fired for sexual misconduct, described her as his ex-fiancé in a statement explaining why he would no longer be covering any RFK Jr. news due to conflicts of interest.
I mean, she's got a type.
She likes the older guys.
The older sex freaks.
Yeah, they're more experienced.
So that's fucking messy, and one of the worst examples we've ever seen of a journalist failing to abide by the timeless rule of not becoming a part of the story, just like with the Martin Shkreli journalist.
Yeah, it's a rule for a reason.
But as embarrassing as it would be to be a major political figure caught up in a sexting scandal with a journalist, that absolutely pales in comparison to the sheer depravity of our next story. You'll remember a few weeks back, we were introduced to Republican North Carolina gubernatorial candidate Mark Robinson via the news that, according to multiple people back in the 90s and early 2000s, he was going to adult video stores on an almost nightly basis, sometimes renting or purchasing tapes to take home, sometimes choosing to go rub one out in the booth, sometimes showing up with some fresh pizza for his fellow masturbators.
Hey, that's nice.
He had a circle of friends, and he probably enjoyed himself.
Some guys go down to the golf course. Mark Robinson went down to the local Porn-a-Rooney.
And as we said before, like the guy that kicked all this off, it was an old friend just was like, hey.
He was, an employee at the sex shop who sold Mark Robinson a bootleg DVD from New York City for $25. Robinson never paid him back for it.
Yeah.
So he wrote a funny song about it, put it on YouTube, and that's the thread that unraveled this entire
and probably
show.
One of my favorite jokes that we did on this show, where he's in a bar and points at the TV and says, "That guy owes me $25. Ask me why." And that might have done it. That might have been the reason why people started looking into this. So it is hard to judge a guy for getting the poison out the old-fashioned way. He does things the old-fashioned way. And that's, of course, before the advent of high-speed internet.
Yeah, there wasn't many options.
So the frequency of his jack sessions, that was, of course, a bit alarming. But the key takeaway here was that this ultra-conservative Christian Republican was regularly engaging in the kind of activity that he himself would label as degenerate if it were anyone else.
It's the hypocrisy.
That's the whole thing. You're running to govern against the activities that you seemingly love so much. So obviously, you're a fucking hypocrite. And if you had just not run for office and decided to be the jack-off guy, no one would really care as long as you kept it to yourself.
Or run for office and be like, hey, between consenting adults, no one's getting hurt. Who cares? There's more pressing issues facing this country.
A pizza parlor in every Jack Shack.
Yeah.
I'm tired of going to 2 locations.
So we assumed that that was the end of that. But we were dead fucking wrong, apparently, because holy shit. Mark Robinson did not stop going to the porno shop because he found Jesus. He simply shifted his activities to the internet, where anonymity, or the tiniest amount of anonymity, allowed him to really allow his freak flag to fly. So here's CNN. Mark Robinson, the controversial and socially conservative Republican nominee for governor of North Carolina, made a series of inflammatory comments on a pornography website's message board more than a decade ago, in which he referred to himself as a black Nazi and expressed support for reinstating slavery, a CNN K-File investigation found. Despite a recent history of anti-transgender rhetoric, Robinson said he enjoyed watching transgender pornography. A review of archived messages found in which he also referred to himself as a perv.
The comments, which Robinson denies making, predate his entry into politics and current stint as North Carolina's lieutenant governor. They were made under a username that CNN was able to identify as Robinson by matching a litany of biographical details and a shared email address between the two. Many of Robinson's comments were gratuitously sexual and lewd in nature. They were made between 2008 and 2012 on Nude Africa, a pornographic website that includes a message board. The comments were made under the username Mini Soldier, a moniker Robinson used frequently online. Robinson listed his full name on his profile for Nude Africa, as well as an email address he used on numerous websites across the internet for decades. CNN is reporting only a small portion of Robinson's comments on the website, given their graphic nature. And this is where I started getting worried. Covering this, a lot of this, you should go look for yourself, because this is YouTube content guidelines.
Yeah, this is not CNN being demure.
This is
the shit that this guy posted to that porn message. Also, who goes? All right, I've done my jerking off for the day. Time to just hang out here in the message board like I used to hang out down at the porn shop.
This is
what the fuck. But yeah, the shit he wrote is insane. It is crazy.
It seems like he had a flourishing social circle and a big group of friends online, and something happened, and he had to go on a crusade against everything that he apparently loved.
I think he just hates himself. I mean, this is
like the self-hating
You see
gaze,
this with a lot of social conservatives.
Yeah.
They engage in a lot of the activities they hate, and they think that they are atoning for their sins by being strongly publicly against it.
But the post that he was making, just so you are aware, it would make the letters that people used to write to Penthouse seem quaint.
Yes.
It is so vulgar. It even makes Creepy Text Theater seem rated G.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You used to be able to do that shit.
He talking about licking butts and stuff with his wife's
not
sister.
Even just that.
With his wife's sister and a friend.
So this video has definitely already been demonetized, and that's fine because we've got 2 sponsors. But the shit he wrote is so sexually explicit that it would get this video age-gated in a heartbeat.
We have to be careful.
Not even joking.
Yeah.
But we can maybe try giving you an example by just bleeping like every 4th or 5th word in one of his multiple posts about an affair that he apparently had with his wife's sister back in 2011. I'm gonna try this and we'll see.
Also, I know that this isn't technically incest, but it is really fucking weird to be having sex with multiple people from the same family.
It's
especially when
it is weird, but it's also a lot of men's fantasies. So, also, we don't know if this actually happened. This might just be him writing fan fiction.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
It goes into so much detail that I would...
and it's like multiple updates. Like, hey guys, it's me from a few months back. Remember how I was talking about fucking my wife's sister? Anyway, here's what happened this weekend.
Yeah.
Wait, here you go. Here's just one of so many.
Be good with the bleeps.
I'm bleeping fucking everything. I'm back. We took a break for a little bit, but we picked back up where we left off. I hooked up with my wife's sister, and boy, was it good. That is still creamy, and that is still slick, shiny, and pissy smelling. I f***ed her good, and after my was coated with her cream, we 69. She my and clean and tossed my salad while I licked the cream out of that her huge and tongue that pissy good and deep. I know it's bad, but I can't help it. That crack is like crack, and I'm hooked.
We need an eye washing station and an ear washing station. I need a shower, actually.
I need a euthanasia booth.
Yeah. Put me in the device. Yeah, that's just a relatively brief taste of the kind of shit that he posted on there. But the real story here isn't just how horny Mark Robinson is. It's the stuff that he wrote in his post-nut clarity while just hanging out on the message board, shooting the breeze.
He's using a porno website like most people use Reddit.
Yeah, look, this was what his social connection seemed to be. Like, he was like, most people, you know, they go down to the bar, they go to like another third place. He's like, I gotta get home. My friends at the porno website Nude Africa are gonna wanna hear about this.
It's kind of similar how, like, I don't know if this is the case anymore, but for a while there, bodybuilding.com was like one of the top message boards online. And like, it started off as a place to discuss like actual fitness tips and stuff.
It became
and then
4chan.
it just became like 4chan.
But,
so, I mean, it sounds like Nude Africa had a similar.
And look, regardless of what was happening on the website, you gotta give credit to a website that doesn't change its graphical display ever since its inception.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Back to the article.
In the pornographic forum, Robinson revealed his unvarnished thoughts on issues such as race, gender, and abortion. Writing in a forum discussing black Republicans in October 2010, Robinson stated, unprovoked, I am a black Nazi. That same month, Robinson wrote in another post that he supported the return of slavery. Quote, slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring it, slavery, back. I would certainly buy a few, he wrote. Jeez. He's literally the Dave Chappelle.
He's Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, the Dave Chappelle, like episode
Clayton
1.
Bigsby.
Yeah. In March 2012, Robinson wrote that he preferred the former leader of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, over the leadership in Washington during the administration of Barack Obama. Quote, I'd take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now, he wrote.
Robinson's comments on Nude Africa often frequently contained derogatory and racial slurs directed at black, Jewish, and Muslim people. In a series of 7 posts in October 2011, Robinson disparaged Martin Luther King in such intense terms, calling him a commie bastard, worse than a maggot, a ho fucking phony, and a huckster, that a user in the thread accused him of being in the KKK. Robinson responded by directing a slur at King. In October 2010, Robinson used the anti-Semitic slur Heeb when discussing how he liked the show Good Times developed by Norman Lear, saying the show itself was a bunch of Heeb-written liberal bullshit. While discussing the Taliban, he referred to Muslims as little rag-headed bastards and said that if Muslims took over, liberals would be the first ones to be beheaded. Robinson also used homophobic slurs frequently, calling other users the F-slur. In a largely positive forum discussion featuring a photo of 2 men kissing after one returned from a military deployment, Robinson wrote the sole negative comment. That's some old sick-ass F-slur bullshit, he wrote. I like that all the other Coomers were like, hey, you know, that's beautiful. Love is love.
We all love each other on the Nude Africa forums. And then he's like,
hell no.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Hey,
puts on his Klan hood.
This is fucking crazy. This is, I can't think of another example that even comes fucking close to this in terms of like a politician's personal life getting revealed in such an embarrassing and unflattering light.
It's insane. And by the way, we'll get to it, but he hasn't dropped out.
No, he's still there.
Oh. On top of all that, it sounds like, according to Robinson's post, his extreme horniness has been a lifelong issue beginning in childhood when he would repeatedly peep on women in public showers. And also, this is going to absolutely shock you, but despite his virulently anti-trans views as a politician, Robinson once wrote, I like watching T-slur on girl porn. That's fucking hot. Takes the man out while leaving the man in. And yeah, I'm a perv too.
I've literally never heard that described that way. That is funny.
Fascinating.
I do see the logic that he's saying there.
The only benefit of the doubt I'll give him is that and it does sound like a lifelong issue, there might have been some issues in his childhood. Like, he might have been potentially molested, or...
This is not normal. None of this is fucking normal. This is well beyond.
But in that case, get yourself some fucking help. Don't be running for public office. Don't be showering hatred across entire swaths of the population. Just go get some fucking help, dude. Like,
yeah, this is some real, you want to be the governor.
Talk to a professional.
Maybe before being the governor of a state, you should work on yourself a bit.
But because he's fucking this goes into a deeper can of worms. People think that Christianity can stop stuff like this. Like, no, it's a fucking brain problem if this is what happened. You need to go talk to a professional, not the pastor.
That's a very good point, and a big problem why a lot of this shit continues.
Yeah, because they're like, they dunked me in the water. I'm fine now. I can start over again.
Yeah.
None of that matters. And it's like, no, nothing happened.
Yeah, or when you're like, hey, I've done some like pretty fucked up shit, and they're like, well, you need to pray on it.
Yeah.
You need to ask Jesus for forgiveness.
No, you need to go fucking sit on a couch next to a professional who takes a long time dealing with you.
You need some serious psychotherapy.
Anyways, aside from what he wrote, though, a fascinating angle to the story is how exactly this account was uncovered. And it started with the fact that the username matched usernames that he'd previously used all over the internet, including on Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube.
I wonder what his Pinterest is. What's he got pinned up?
I would make a reference to the first thing we quoted, but I don't want it to inadvertently get us demonetized. Oh, look at these beautiful chocolate starfish they have over there. I'm going to decorate my house.
No.
So from there, the sheer amount of comments about his personal life on the porn message boards provided a series of matches with his location, age, years of military service, year of his wedding, where his mother worked, and also a bunch of uncommon phrases like, I don't give a frog's fat behind, and gag a maggot, that Robinson also used on his public social media profiles. Also just giving away every potential password recovery question that anyone could. Also, his forum profile literally listed his name as Mark Robinson and contained an email address he used elsewhere.
I think we got him. No, that wasn't me.
And I'm still running it for governor. And if I lose, it's because it's rigged.
Yeah. So yeah, if this isn't Mark Robinson, it's someone who has been meticulously trying to frame him for being a racist pervert since long before he became a public figure.
2 decades, almost.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back to the original story about the porn shop. Oh, also, after this news broke, the Daily Beast did some digging of their own, and they found a Duolingo account linked to Robinson's email, and the only language that he's ever tried to learn on there was German. Come on.
I'm not getting enough good responses here on Nude Africa. I gotta go jump over to some deeply hidden German forums.
I wish I could enjoy these Hitler speeches without all the subtitles.
Yikes.
Jesus. Anyway, Robinson, of course, denies all of this, even though they got him dead to rights. And the North Carolina Republican Party is standing by their man.
Even I was shocked by this because and this is horrible. This is a horrible state of affairs that when I think, oh, well, the Nazi stuff, the Republican Party will just look past that.
Yeah, I mean,
and this is sick too, is you're like, maybe they'll be upset about the transgender stuff.
Yeah, there's so many angles, but yeah, you would think more than anything else, the Adolf Hitler Nazi stuff would be disqualifying.
you would think, you would hope.
So as Twitter user Internet Hippo summed up this thing, as well as the news of Matt Gaetz and RFK Jr., I don't think there's such a thing as a career ender in modern politics and media as long as you have the requisite lack of shame. Just lay low a while and come back like nothing happened. And lately, even the lay low part is going away.
No, everyone's posting through it.
Yeah, I mean, the only person in recent memory who has been caught and suffered consequences was George Santos. And that only happened once he was literally accused of crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Before that,
it was like, okay,
when he lied about everything,
let's see what's going on.
Well, listen, he's still on the team.
Yeah.
It was only when it got into the category of crimes that they were like, okay, well, we should get this guy out of here. But that took, I mean, the bar is so high. You can do so much shit. Matt Gaetz, still a popular member of the party, still one of Trump's favorites.
What was the guy, the comedian's name from Minnesota that is like, all he did was pose with his hands over a woman's...
Al Franken.
Yeah.
Al Franken.
Well, I guess I have to fucking disappear forever.
Yeah, not that what he did wasn't gross and weird, but like, the standard that pushed Al Franken out of office, after being like, at least legislatively, a pretty damn good senator, he's got to be so mad that... If you're a Republican in 2024, it doesn't fucking matter. You can do anything.
It seems so quaint in retrospect.
The voters don't care. The party doesn't care.
Well, the voters hopefully will show that they do care in the North Carolina gubernatorial.
The thing is, at least last time we talked about this guy like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he wasn't polling great. He didn't look like he had much of a shot. I'd be curious to check the polls and see if this news is actually people like, he's just like me.
Well, also,
I like to jack off too.
Also,
we need a Coomer in the governor's mansion.
Because he was such a quote-unquote rising star in the Republican Party, you have no shortage of other members of the GOP being photographed with him, showering him with love.
Well, it's because he's a black Republican, and everyone wants to be seen with a black Republican. So you see, look, I'm not racist. This is me posing with Mark Robinson.
There was a clip from the Jesse Waters show, or the 5 or whatever it was, yesterday, where someone's like, oh, he asks him about Mark Robinson. He goes, never heard of him. And then everyone online just stitches that together with him interviewing him on his own show. Oh, anyways, don't take a breath, calm down. It's time to thank our sponsors for...
Not quite yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. Before we move on from all the political depravity, let's do a palate cleanser before the ads. At least we've got just the thing. I mean, it's still politics, but it's Australian politics, and it's something the kids can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll allow it. The following clip is from a recent hearing in the Australian Senate on social media age limits for minors, where 29-year-old Senator Fatima Paiman decided that with all this talk about what's best for the youth, she should at least talk about it in language that they can understand.
Let's wrap.
To the Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy air government have been capping, not just now but for a long time. A few of you may remember when they said there'll be no phantom tax under the government I lead. They're capaholics. They're also yapaholics. They yap non-stop about how their cost of living measures are changing lives for all Australians. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro. They tell us that they're locked in on improving the housing situation in this country. They must have brain rot from watching too much Kai Cenat and forgot about their plans to ban social media for kids under 14. If that becomes law, you can forgo skull emoji all about watching Duke Dennis or catching a dub with the bros on Fort. Chat, is this Prime Minister serious? Even though he's the Prime Minister of Australia, sometimes it feels like he's the CEO of Ohio. I would be taking an L if I did not mention the Ops, who want to cut WA's GATS and services tax. The decision voters will be making in a few months' time will be between a mid-government, a dog-water opposition, or a crossbench that will mob both of them. Though some of you cannot yet vote, I hope when you do, it will be in a more goated Australia for a government with more aura. Skibbity.
Woo! I mean, this is the way you kill brain rot language, is you bring it into the halls of power.
I was with a friend and I played the video, and they didn't understand a word. They were like, oh, skibbity, I know, I've heard.
Well, hearing it in an Australian accent is especially just, like, weird.
What was shocking to me, and also very depressing, is that I said, if I started over, I think I could translate the entire thing.
Yeah, I got most of it. Yeah, I was really mad at myself for that.
I need to touch grass.
Anyway, now that we've hit our quota for brain rot for the month.
Separated the Mark Robinson story with a nice buffer.
The radioactive story.
Yeah.
But now it's time to let you know that this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. We all know home-cooked meals are so much better for you, but you don't always have time to pull it off. But with HelloFresh handling all the meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep, it's easier than ever to get dinner on the table quick and painless.
No more endless recipe searching or spending money on a whole jar of spices for only a pinch. With HelloFresh, everything you need to make delicious meals comes right to your door, pre-portioned and fresh. Plus, the included step-by-step recipe cards make cooking simple. There's always new flavors to explore with an ever-changing menu of 50 recipes to choose from every week. Just pick your meals and your delivery date. It is that simple. Choose from a variety of menu options to suit all your needs and tastes. From fit and wholesome to quick and easy, or vegetarian to family-friendly, there's something for everyone to enjoy.
For us, this is a pretty busy time of year, so HelloFresh's quick recipes really come in clutch when there isn't a whole lot of time. On next week's menu, we got options like the one-pan Bondi-style beef tacos and one-pan Santa Fe pork tacos look like a great use of just 20 minutes in the kitchen without having to do a bunch of dishes afterwards. For free breakfast for life, go to HelloFresh.com/freeweeklyweird. One free breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That is free breakfast for life just by going to HelloFresh.com/freeweeklyweird. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
This episode is also sponsored by What's Up Gamers?
Calling all gamers.
Sponsored by Turtle Beach, the #1 brand in gaming headsets and accessories. Their new Gen 3 Stealth 600 headset picks up so much crystal clear sound, it's basically cheating. You'll hear every footstep, every reload, every enemy sneaking up on you like they're stomping through your living room in tap dancing shoes. Their headsets are so freaking comfortable that you'll feel like you're wearing a marshmallow cloud pillow on your head. Best of all, Turtle Beach has Stealth 600 models for PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, including cross-compatibility and Bluetooth. So one headset for all your systems. Whether you're a casual gamer or you haven't touched grass in weeks, Turtle Beach has the right headset for you.
For a limited time only, our viewers will get 10% off your entire order when you use code WEEKLYWEIRD, all one word, at turtlebeach.com. That is 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with promo code WEEKLYWEIRD. Turtle Beach is sending us some of these headsets to try out, and we cannot wait.
Just in time for Black Ops 6, baby.
Oh, baby. Can't wait to experience the comfort and sound quality of this headset. Also, the battery life. We all have that one friend whose headsets always seem to die right when you're down to the last 2 teams, but Turtle Beach's Stealth 600 headset has an insane 80-hour battery life with quick charge, so you rarely have to think about charging it.
Hell yeah. Turtle Beach doesn't just have amazing headsets, though. They have every gaming accessory that you could ever want, and they're all high quality at prices that won't break the bank. From flight and racing simulators to controllers, keyboards, and mice, Turtle Beach is the ultimate gaming cheat code. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. For limited time, head to turtlebeach.com to use code WEEKLYWEIRD for 10% off your entire order. That is 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with our promo code WEEKLYWEIRD.
And now, it's time for the headlines of the show.
I don't know how they're going to top the regular stories, but...
And we're going to have to get through these at a quicker pace because, goddamn, that first half was not a half. That first half was a lot.
And I feel filthy. I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I need a shower. Anyway, let's start with Tucker Carlson starts his own nicotine pouch brand as he claims Zyn is run by humorless left-wing drones. We've made fucking nicotine pouches that you put in your lips a culture war battlefield.
I could not tell you the political leanings of a fucking tobacco pouch.
Well, according to Tucker Carlson, Zyns are for women and liberals.
No, fuck these things. Every time I go to a public urinal, they're littered in there.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Put it in the trash.
And after watching that very lovely movie about the Japanese man who cleans toilets, I get so upset.
Yeah.
So upset about seeing those things.
I mean, I bet he would.
It's part of the job.
Professional like that. Yeah. Also, but no one would do that in Japan. As a society, they have a concept of shame that we, as Americans, obviously can't even comprehend. They're not spitting their Zyns in the toilet. They're taking it out of their mouth and putting it in the trash can.
It's gonna be bizarre when there's like an entire generation of what they'll become as aging adults with just holes blown in the bottom of their mouths.
Yeah.
Or just completely rotted out teeth. You're doing your future self a disservice. Well, let's move on to the next headline. Python squeezes Thai woman in her kitchen for 2 hours before she's rescued by police. Weak Python.
Yeah, it was a big one too. It was like 15 feet.
It was just playing with her.
I mean, I think it is. I'd never thought about this, but like there is a point where the python is big enough and strong enough to really get you locked in, but not strong enough to fully kill you. But it's persistent. So she was in her house in Thailand. I guess they got pythons. They just let themselves in.
Oh, it's the same thing. Southern Florida now.
And it locked her up, and she's just like, all right, well, I think I can live. Like I can still breathe. It's not killed me, but I can't get out. And so she was just sitting on the floor of her kitchen, wrapped up in a python, shouting help for 2 hours until one neighbor heard her and called the police. And they came and just like hit it on the head with a crowbar and like, get out of here.
I originally thought that she had called the police immediately and it took 2 hours, and I was about to say, at least the Thai police are as responsive as our police are.
No, she couldn't even get to the phone.
Yeah.
She was
Shit.
She was locked in.
Yeah.
She was tied up.
I'm locked in. Oh, God. Okay, next headline.
Jackass's Steve-O canceled breast implant surgery after talk with trans cashier. A sign from the universe.
I feel terrible that trans people have to be some kind of guiding light to others who have no idea that what they're about to do or doing is offensive. But
I feel like this is maybe the best case scenario, especially when it comes to comedy. Like you always hear about like comedians just like, I should be allowed to say or do whatever I want. And Steve-O, for his part, he's like, he just happened to be like shopping, and the cashier was a trans woman, and he's like, hey, let me just run something by you real quick.
It was kind of divine intervention.
And she's just like, yeah, okay. Like I see how you have a lot of like, got a lot of skit ideas. Like there's a lot of content you can get out of that. Thing is, for me, a trans woman, none of this is a joke. My rights are constantly under threat. I can be arrested for using whatever the government designates as the wrong bathroom. I can be fired without cause. It's
no.
Yeah, it's less fun on my end. He's like, well,
bummer,
shit.
dude. Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna do it then. That's fucked up.
Like, good for him for not going through with it and actually acknowledging that it would have been problematic. But he's got some very light strikes, but he bought a Cybertruck. He moved to like Texas or something. It's very...
He described one of the skits he was going to do, and I'll admit, I see the humor in it.
Yeah.
He said he was going to go to Sturgis and be wearing a big like full head motorcycle helmet and then a bikini top and like roll into Sturgis and film all these like biker dudes being like checking her out and then take the hat off and get a reaction.
I would not do that. The 1 year that I went to Sturgis, they sell loose ammunition on the streets.
Yeah, and like so many people die there from like drunk driving / riding and just general misadventure.
I saw multiple deaths the one weekend that I was there because everyone's just on the highway, and I'm pretty sure like up there you don't have to wear a helmet.
Yeah, it's freedom. Freedom to die on impact.
Also, I saw that in Colorado too. No helmets.
Yeah.
And in Florida.
Is it still in Florida?
Florida, you have to have... well, no, I think it's all off now. It used to be that you could...
I remember the last time I was in Florida, there was no helmets, and also I think at that point, like the seatbelt laws were still like weirdly lenient, where it's like if you're the driver, you're allowed to not wear a seatbelt. It was something weird like that.
But like the helmet thing used to be a little more strict, but then, my rights. So, yeah. Yeah, just... The one piece of equipment that could legitimately save your life in even a low speed crash.
Give you at least a fighting chance.
You could fucking die by tripping and falling on your head going 0 miles an hour.
I fell off a bicycle when I was a kid, and it was like, it hit like a weird like oil slick, and my bike just like immediately fell like 90 degrees and hit my head like hard on the asphalt before I even knew it. And I was wearing a fucking helmet, and I was like, fuck, I would be a vegetable.
Yes.
If I wasn't wearing this stupid helmet.
Yes.
Anyways.
Trump assassination attempt suspect's former neighbor says family was weird. Kept a horse in the house. Yeah,
that is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Keeping a horse in the house.
But that's somehow the least weird thing about this guy.
Did the horse die when his friend left a pile of fingers at his door and the horse went and ate the fingers and choked on them?
What? Is it a reference to something I'm not getting?
Yeah, no, it's a spoiler for a movie. The one with Colin Farrell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he also let his pony ride around in the house.
I thought you were going with did the horse die when he decided to steal its paste to cure the coronavirus a couple years back. You see people are eating horse electrolytes now?
Yeah. It's so much cheaper that like the liquid IV is so expensive, but like the horse electrolytes you can buy like a whole bucket. You can buy 1,000 doses of it for like $10.
I saw one post the doctor respond to it and just goes, no. Like it's just so simple.
Yeah, like the mineral content. They said it was like a lot of like heavy metals because
you don't have the same digestive system as a horse.
You don't have the same nutritional needs. Don't eat horse food. German woman ends 10-year relationship with airplane.
She fucked the airplane?
I hope not. She said she got on a 737 10 years ago and she was in love. And she's like, the 737 is my boyfriend, but not even a specific, it doesn't sound like it was a specific 737. It was just any 737 that she encountered was her boyfriend. But she broke up because there's just so much time to be spent away from each other because it's a plane and it's always flying.
Did she go on like FlightAware and find out where it is?
I don't know. I feel like that would have ruined the illusion because you would have seen that there's hundreds of Boeing 737s
The
flying
seating
around.
arrangement's different in this one. It's like a boyfriend putting on a new pair of pants.
Yeah, I mean, and she probably broke up with it too because of like the danger. She's like, I don't want to be hurt.
Not a Boeing person.
Yeah, I don't want to be hurt when this plane catastrophically fails mid-flight. I can't live that life.
Police say pair took an NYC subway train on a joyride and crashed it. They have arrested one teenager.
You never hear about this, and I wonder why. I mean, it's good that you don't hear about it, but yeah, just getting in an unattended subway car and pulling on that stick and taking it for a ride, it's got to be fun as hell. I would say you're looking for a suspect. There's a number of possibly autistic YouTubers on this very website who I'm sure
They love trains.
I'm sure dream about such an opportunity coming to them.
Their
So-
names, Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. Our favorite teenage autistic mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they love trains and they love fighting crime.
That's right.
And pizza.
And pizza.
They love bringing pizza down to the porno shop, sharing it with the boys.
Hey, dude! Radical!
Hey, dude, did you just jack off?
Whoa, cool!
Radical.
Yeah.
I was blowing radical ropes. Cowabunga. Vladimir Putin urges citizens to have sex during work breaks to address Russia's dire birth rate. Because they're all working like 12 hours a day, and they're like,
And
okay,
who
you
isn't
want us-
working is fighting on the front
Yeah,
line.
they're like, you want us to have kids? When? When can we do that? We're working like dogs over here. And he's like,
We got breaks.
there are still opportunities. You got breaks? Go do a quick one
Yeah.
and get pregnant.
This is we've removed all HR people from the workplace. Everyone start fucking.
Russia, to its credit, I mean, so they are facing a like crazy demographic decline that shows no signs of stopping. And in response, they have subsidized motherhood to a degree that most American Republicans would say is communism manifest.
Yeah.
But it's good. If you want people to have more kids, you make it less expensive to have a fucking kid.
Back here in America, back in the old days, you could have a regular family and a secret family.
Yeah,
And even
just
a
one town
more
over.
secret third family.
Yeah, you could do
all
it all.
on one salary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't do that anymore. Too
because
expensive.
of the woke.
Because of woke. Russia's Kadyrov accuses Musk of remotely disabling his Cybertruck.
No, it probably just is garbage.
Yeah, I feel like we would have heard from Elon about this if he had decided to disable the Cybertruck that somehow made it all the way over to Chechnya. What is much more likely is that it did what a Cybertruck does and just stopped working after a brief period of use.
No, he did it because it turned red on the screen.
But I'm sure, like, that's the thing. What was he gonna do with it? He can just, like, put it on display and be like, hey, pretty cool, right? It's got a gun on it. It's got a gun on the back. Imagine if this car worked.
Imagine if this car worked.
Maybe he can get some work done on it. Put a Ford F-150 engine in it.
The F-150 Lightning electric
Yeah.
engine. The one that actually works. River otter drags child off dock and underwater in rare attack at Washington Marine.
Holy shit. So, otters. I would have never guessed until like a few short years ago. These are the most vicious, evil,
Yeah.
malicious animals that we've got. They are always...
Encroaching on their property too much.
I was at the Long Beach Aquarium, the Aquarium of the Pacific last weekend. They had some, I think they were sea otters. I had no idea they're so active. You always see them, they're just chilling on their backs, rubbing their bodies.
Holding each other's hands.
No, this I highly recommend if you're in the area. But they had two otters in there, and they were playing and roughhousing with each other the whole time, nonstop. I don't know where they find the energy, but then they're fucking quick. And like one of them would try to get out of the water, and the other one would reach up and be like, "No, get back in the ring." And it was delightful. But also it made me be like, I don't want to be anywhere near these things in the wild because, yeah, they're dangerous. You don't think about it when you see them. They're dangerous animals.
The bears of the kelp forest.
But yeah, I saw an otter pull another otter off of land into the water, and it looks like that's what happened here at this dock in Washington, where the otter saw a small child and said, "You're going in. You're getting dunked, kid."
Woo!
So yeah, be careful out there. Otters are everywhere. And final headline, Lego comes out of 32-year-old's nose after spending roughly 26 years there.
Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
It was with a crayon.
It made him smart.
Yeah, and then he shoved it back in there because it made him insufferable.
This guy just thought that he had severe, like, severe, like, sinus problems, and
got the worst deviated septum.
it was one of those tiny Legos, the one that's like a circle, flat circle. And as soon as like the doctor found it while rummaging around in there, it was like his memories just came flooding back, and he's like, remembered when he was like 6 years old. He's like, yeah, I put it up my nose like an idiot, and then in my child brain, I was like, oh, that piece fits on top of the Lego man's head. So he stuck a Lego man up his nose to try to connect it and pull it out, but then the Lego man's head also got stuck up there. And then his mom came along and like pulled the Lego head out. And he's like, Mommy, I got Lego in my nose. And she pulled it out, and he's like, no, but there's Lego in my nose. I'm like, no, I got it, baby. It's right here. And then he just forgot about it until he was
all
32 years old at the doctor being like, why does her breathing suck so much? And he's just like, I have never breathed so good in my life. I didn't know it was possible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, good for that.
Yeah.
And look, the little side bonus, at least one memory came back.
Yes, that's how you unlock memories. You shove notes into your head. So you remember.
Anyways, that's it for our very, very strange, accurate to the title episode of Weekly Weird News.
Maybe the weirdest weird news.
We got to get out of here and just
decompress.
Exactly. Decontaminate.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll do the same. We will see you in a couple of days for another episode. Enjoy your weekend, and before you go, hit the like button.
Like.
Is there a hype button? Who knows? Click it if there is one.
If there's a hype button, hype it up.
Talk about stuff down in the comments below, and watch our previous videos over here. We got Mr. B's getting in a little bit of trouble. It's the final pin in the whole dogs and cats story, and we got a Tech News Day for you as well. Check those out. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Michael had Matt Taibbi on a few times. Was that only for a couple of issues, or did Taibbi do a right-wing grift like Tulsi? I was friends with Matt Taibbi. Very good friends. In fact, he and Alex Blaine did their podcast out of our studio.
I produced it.
Matt produced it. Matt never paid me, not you, Matt, but Matt Taibbi never paid me for the studio use. I kept saying, don't worry about it.
Pretty well for that.
I was like, don't worry about it. You got me. I trust you. Anyways, no, but I was friends with Matt for almost 20 years. And I think what happened, and I've said this before publicly, I think he was wrongly accused of Me Too stuff because of his book. I don't want to go deep into it, but there was no accuser. There was no woman who ever accused him of doing anything to them. It was all based upon what his co-author wrote in what was sort of a semi-parody of their time in Russia.
Hunter S. Thompson style.
Yes.
So.
And, there were some in my generation who got sort of like that Hunter S. Thompson disease, and that was sort of like the writing style du jour, and being, and people grow up from that. And I think he had, frankly. I do think that he was, I don't know if it was arrogance in addressing this as it was floating around, because the book was out of print. And so I think he felt like, I didn't really do anything wrong, so I don't know why I should address it. In fact, we had this conversation. I said, you should deal with this. And he was, I think, unfairly attacked and really hurt his book. He had written this a really impressive book about the guy, I can't remember his name now, gosh.
Freddie Gray.
No, I Can't Breathe. The guy they got for selling the Lucy's, and they killed him. The New York Police Department.
Eric Garner?
Yeah, Garner. And then I think that broke his brain. I mean, it was a very difficult situation. I mean, the Garner book was really destroyed, and his reputation was destroyed. And I think that broke his brain. And you know, I've seen people, known a couple people in that type of situation. And there's a hard way to return from that, and there's an easier way to return from that. And most people take the easier way because it's hard. And, you know, aggrievement is a big, big theme for having sort of reactionary positions. Glenn Greenwald, the inciting event for Glenn Greenwald to turn into whatever he's turned into was that Rachel Maddow would no longer have him on MSNBC. It's true. Now, you know, I mean, I've got a lot to say about that, some of which I think, you know, like, not necessarily particularly, you know, I've never been a big Rachel Maddow fan. But grow up. It's not about you. It's not. It's not. Not when you do this type of stuff. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours.
All right, guys, we got a lot to do.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's party here,
So,
and then let's play. Thank you,
for
Olive.
real. This is the Slumber Party story time with Olivia. I'm so excited about today, everybody.
Me too. Me too.
This is the makeup artist drama that took place on TikTok last week. Basically what happened is a TikTok makeup artist posted that she got kicked out of a wedding that she was working, and she posted the entire thing from her POV. And to the viewers, or to many viewers, it was easy to see why she was kicked out. To her, it was not very easy. And I'm gonna sit here, and you can all go hard on her. I'm gonna defend her till I die, if I'm being honest. I think that a lot of wrong decisions were possibly made by her. However, they were all good intentions, and I think you'll see that. Moving on.
Sounds like she exposed herself, though.
She did a bit. So, The Key Look is the name of the makeup service that Keziah Jones owns. It is very, very well reviewed.
Is she one of the ladies in the photo?
I think that she is the lady with the mask on her face.
Okay.
Yes. She and a team of talented beauty stylists customize wedding makeup and hair to suit their personal style. I want you guys to watch this video of an introduction to Keziah.
Makeup artist and owner of The Key Look. We are the largest Black-owned hair and makeup team on the East Coast. I was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, and I'm 29 years old. So I started my freelancing career July 2019, and I never looked back. So The Key Look was born February 2020. We started off with 3 stylists, and now we have 15, and our team is big as hell. And we work with all different kinds of brides, so it doesn't matter your skin tone or hair type, we got you. And we have so much fun with our brides. You could probably tell already that I don't take myself that serious. I enjoy making my brides laugh and having good times with my bridesmaids. I'm also never going to turn down an invite to a wedding. Might be in the dance floor too. Oh yeah, and I'm good for something like this. And this.
Hold on, I got a red flag.
And I'm definitely
I do
gonna
not
do this at
want
your
the
wedding.
makeup artist on the dance floor.
Okay, that's an interesting point that you make.
That is not your role.
You think? No.
You are not part of the wedding.
But what if, I mean, like, what about if you're having a wonderful day and you're like, bitch, you could totally stay. This is like the amount of
If she's
people.
invited, if
Yeah.
the bride is like, you come do the wedding with
Yes.
us. That's
Yep.
totally fine, obviously.
Very important.
But like, if you're just like, all right, let's party, you're done.
Yeah, so typically makeup artists will have a scheduled out, and that'll typically be right before the ceremony or right after the ceremony, so they can do touch-ups before photos or before the walk down the aisle. She doesn't seem, you'll see, we have more data to prove that she doesn't seem to leave after
Is
that
part
at most
the
of her
issue?
weddings.
Dude, I literally
Yeah,
clicked on that line.
you've been able to, yeah, you found a little nugget of truth. All right, let's finish this video.
But I just wanted to stop by and introduce myself to all of the new faces. Thank you guys so much for following us. Thank you so much for supporting us. Yeah, I can't wait to show y'all more. Period.
Yay.
Okay.
Overall, I think it's a good promotional video.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems
honestly.
fun.
So, the key look, Kazia's brand, has been awarded plenty. She is very, very decorated as a makeup artist. The Knot is a very popular service where you can get wedding vendors, and she was Best of Weddings 2022, 2023.
That's huge.
That's huge. Wedding Wire, huge. So, what I was saying before I couldn't do full screen is something that Kazia will talk about in some of her videos where she's promoting the key look is she is a black woman, and she'll be like, I have friends who are every skin tone, every hair texture, and I want there to be a team that can do that adequately and easily and have fun. And I think that that's a super sick business model. That, however, has nothing to do with the drama. Moving on. These are some wonderful reviews from her website. Just very, very happy customers. Hands down, absolute best hair and makeup team. Crushed my hair. Okay, this is some examples of her content that she posts on her Instagram page. This is a trend that she participated in recently. So she does this with her clients. She'll have the team get up and she'll film something special.
I'm the soon-to-be sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the bride, I'm the bridesmaid. I'm not the bride, I'm the knocked up bridesmaid.
I'm not the bride, I'm the other manager.
And she posts this on her TikTok.
Yes. So this is on the Key Looks Instagram.
This is my
Or,
this is my red
TikTok.
flag.
Yeah, so
You think?
so recruiting the
I didn't-
party, the marriage party to do a TikTok is fucking a nightmare. That's the last thing I would be wanting to do.
Depends on
Again, they might be
bride.
down.
Right. They might be. They looked down in that video, low key.
They might be down.
I can't
But
tell.
even asking, I think, is overstepping.
Oh,
Do you
definitely.
think?
It's
I
your
think it's
wedding
not
day. You don't want to
professional.
think about, some people aren't comfortable being on camera, but
Okay.
they're too shy to say no. So
Yeah.
you put people in that position, and then
That
they're
would be
thinking about
me.
it while it's their wedding. Yeah.
Well,
Most
what
people
about
would just comply because they want to be agreeable.
what about if the Key Look, when you signed the papers, it said I can film content, and you have to let me know 60 days prior.
That's insane.
Well, they're
That's insane.
I mean,
What are you expecting the content to be, by the way?
Makeup.
If you think it's just I'm
Yeah.
gonna film.
Well, hold on. Hey, I gotta know how that was explained because that is not normal.
The only thing we got disclosed was that it says that you signed that you will be making content for the Key Look, and you will participate.
That's a broad spectrum.
Which is, I feel like that's normal, and I would just
That
be
is
like, yeah,
not
absolutely.
normal.
Really?
I mean,
I'm paying you for your service. I'm not fucking doing anything for you.
So, for example, when I went to get my tattoo,
You here doing it for free? I mean, what the fuck are we doing? Who's
Well, here,
working
this
for
is
who?
a great.
so when I went to get the tattoo, throughout the process, she would stop to take pictures, and then afterwards, she was like, "Can you come stand here? Picture, a little video."
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
That.
She wants to post.
No, but she should ask if you're okay with that. She shouldn't go ahead and do that without asking.
She did, to be fair.
I'm telling Hila.
I can't remember if she asked honestly.
Every time I've got a tattoo, they ask me before they take
It's
photos.
possible that she asked and I said yes. I don't remember.
Yeah, this is not a big deal, but okay, so
Yeah, for the Key Look
But-
specifically, it's in the paperwork.
I also want to say it was clear to me that it wasn't going to be like my face or anything. It's just focused on the work.
that's fair.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, sure.
Yep. It's a little different. He does disclose it, but it is it's pretty up in your face content.
can I watch that video again?
Absolutely.
For me, if this wasn't clearly communicated that I'm gonna post shit on my TikTok, This would be a big issue for me.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I would assume that all footage that goes to me, and then I can use it however I want.
Okay.
This is crazy to me.
Especially on a wedding day, there's so much to do.
It's so
Everybody is so stressed
Let me
on
watch
that
this.
day.
Let me watch this.
I'm not the bride, I'm the soon-to-be sister-in-law. I'm not the bride, I'm the bridesmaid. I'm not the bride, I'm the knocked-up bridesmaid.
I'm not the bride, I'm the other man in her life.
Yup.
I'm not the bride, I'm the college roommate.
I'm not the bride, I'm just here for the drinks. I'm not the bride, and I can't drink. But I am the bride.
Like
Wow.
cute.
No. Well, okay. Cute video for like memorabilia, but posting it
Cute.
is weird.
Well, as a makeup artist, you want to show your work.
And if she
That's
told
not
her
how you show
ahead of
your work.
time, though, I feel like like for me, example, if she asked me the day of, like, oh, can I film you? I would be shy and be like, yeah, but if it's something she communicated ahead of time, I feel like comfortable to be like, oh, I don't like this part of the contract.
Even in that best case scenario, everyone in the wedding party didn't consent. So you still have your
Yeah.
whole
Okay.
group of friends that you're making uncomfortable.
The question is, how was it communicated? Was it just there?
I'll take-
All right, let's watch. We're asking too many questions.
So, this is the big trend that the makeup artist wanted to do at the specific wedding we will be talking about today. This is called the fiance anthem. It's very sweet, it's funny, but it also is the final straw for the couple before they kick out the makeup artist.
So she's making multiple TikToks.
Yes, so this is just a random person participating in the fiance anthem, so I can give
She's
you a
not part of the
taste.
bridal party.
No, this is a completely different wedding that this is the fiance anthem that she wants to do at her wedding that
Hold
she's
on.
working.
Different wedding.
Different wedding.
Okay.
I don't want you to see the fiance anthem that she made at this wedding yet. Oh my gosh, not yet.
That's a spoiler. I assume this is.
Oh no, I checked it.
Oh, okay.
His boys like, yeah. Now all she wanna say is my fiance. Every other word is my fiance. Let me tell you all about my fiance. This is my ring from my fiance.
Okay. So the makeup artist really wanted to do
this.
She really wanted to do that.
That's a lot of
That
work.
is insane.
It is,
The
right?
other one was one shot. This
Yeah.
is like a multi-shot.
This is legwork.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's not about the makeup, too.
No.
Girl thinks it's her day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like I keep thinking she's a photographer. She's not even the photographer.
No.
Right.
Before we begin and I take you through, because basically the way that she detailed the story is she has, I know, she has a bunch of footage from the day, and she wrote text on the screen as she was showing just like the mundane footage. So I'll read it to you guys like a storybook, and we will go through it together. But before we do that, I want you to see the first screen that she shows and then the last screen. Right. The beginning of the day to the end.
Oh boy.
No. 9-6, I could barely. Well, we will read it coming up. Just, she was in an elevator looking happy, and then at the end of the day, she looked like this.
Y'all, I'm tired. I don't want to be at work today. But I gotta get this money. I've never been kicked out of anywhere. And I'm so worried. Like, I feel like in this industry, there's no space for me.
Yeah.
Why does she say there's no space for me? She's killing it.
I know.
Is she driving?
It looks like she is driving.
She's upset. She's driving. She's filming.
Yeah. Well, we
There's
actually
no
do
space
know
for
that
me.
she's okay after that. She is okay after that. She actually, after she took that video, returned to the wedding. So.
Oh.
What? Yes. And we'll get to that.
They found
we'll get
space.
to that. Let's begin.
Oh,
Okay? So she arrives at 6:55 a.m. This is 9/7, September 7th. Come with me to get kicked out of a wedding I was booked to do hair and makeup for.
And then she.
Oh, she
Okay.
narrates it after it all happened.
Dude, she
Oh my
is
god.
It's every day, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna ruin this TikTok.
These are my favorite
Oh
type
my
of stories. I love getting it from the horse's mouth. I love it. There's nothing I love more.
I cannot believe that she still went along and posted about it.
She's the only one who posted about it, by the way.
She got kicked out and was like, I'm gonna ruin these people's wedding.
I'm gonna put them on blast.
Okay, hold on. I want to see what happens.
Okay, let's go.
And let's just remind. We gotta keep this
Time.
under
We got
an
to keep
hour.
it going. So I'm going to read it, and if you need me to stop, tell me, and then I'll stop. But as of right now, here we go. I had a wedding this weekend was hell. I had a wedding 9/6 and a wedding 9/7, and I was working as a makeup artist. The team in total had 3 weddings, and all the bridal parties were huge. This wedding was 9/7, and I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me 2 days. 9/5.
Oh.
Which is
That sucks.
that sucks. On
This is
9/6.
the makeup company account.
Yes, she posted this to the Key Looks post, which this is now deleted.
Not cute, but go ahead.
Agree. Actually, no, I'll ride for my girl. Cute.
Okay, cute.
On 9/6, I could barely keep myself together to work the wedding. I was trying to hold it together, but I ended up breaking and busted out crying in front of everyone. This is, by the way, the wedding the day before our wedding, so this isn't even the same wedding.
She's having a bad week. Yeah.
She's having a very bad week.
Okay.
I stuck it out, even cried while doing one of the bridesmaids' makeup from start to finish
That
at the
is
end.
so awkward. Girl.
Yeah.
Put shit together.
Yeah, I can't even
That
imagine.
is not okay. That is not okay.
Can't imagine.
One's my wedding day.
Also, yeah, how unromantic to have
Just
somebody
take the day
cry
off.
about a breakup.
I mean,
Yeah. Well,
the professional
day
did
off. The day before the wedding?
the makeup, get a replacement. If you're crying the whole time, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have
yeah.
to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I woke up on 9/7, though, I had a change of attitude. This is the new wedding we're going to.
Okay.
I didn't want to deal with the world because I had a broken heart. I understand that I work in the wedding industry and I have to show up and support women on the biggest day of their life. I got to work early and made sure Kiana, who is the bride, had a day that she wouldn't forget. I showed up and as my best self, and I did. I got to work early, ready to make sure Kiana had the day that she wouldn't forget. As I kept working, I started to feel like myself again. I was feeling so happy. This is someone on her team. My team was set up and ready. The energy was amazing that morning. Usually we come out to weddings and we film content, as you can see from our feed. In our wedding day agreement, we have the right to film content and use it for whatever we'd like. When you sign an agreement, you agree to content being filmed at your wedding unless you advise us in writing 60 days before your wedding.
No, that's crazy.
You did not.
So
I believe she's wrong about that.
You think?
Yeah.
If it's in there, it's very possible that they just sneak it, they just put it in there, and nobody's fucking gonna read that. Nobody's gonna expect
No,
that.
Exactly. Nobody's
There's
gonna
an industry
expect
standard,
that. Yes.
and it doesn't include you doing work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna assume it's just gonna be makeup.
Yeah.
Yes, like
Exactly.
you would assume it would be like what I described with the tattoo, where maybe she's filming her process shots,
At most.
focused on the makeup and like the final result.
Yeah, you'll see in the footage or the stills that I pulled from her TikToks. The first one's like, this is normal for a makeup artist to take. Like, that's fine. I don't really care about that. But as she goes to more locations with the bride and more locations with the bridal party, you'll see that it's like, this is out of place for a makeup artist. Actually, no, I'll write for my girl. She was.
Reminds me when Love got
Yeah,
his
is this your
haircut.
play?
Yeah, like that video of you.
Almost.
We were having an amazing morning. I was getting content of everybody because I thought everyone was so beautiful, and we were just producing phenomenal work as a team. Filming the content also helped boost my energy. The entire room was vibing off my energy. Love that.
No one's having a wedding. She's probably on Jordan.
Literally.
She is the star of the show. I think she's about to walk the runway.
Right.
Yeah, walk the aisle.
So, it's 9:54 now. Now the bride has mentioned that the groom did not like TikToks. But she said he should be fine and everyone would be a part of all of the content.
You could just say,
Take
you
the
know
hint.
what?
Hint.
Exactly.
Hint.
He's isn't comfortable with it. Let's just not do it.
Yeah. That didn't get past my girl though. No, she went full blazing ahead. I was so excited for the content we would get for her, so I just kept filming. And I also wanted some BTS to share with our social media. She even mentioned that she was going to hire a content creator for her wedding. But guess what? She didn't. And also, this bride, Kiana, has not posted on social media since 2018. She is not a social media person. We have since found out that the wedding was actually unplugged. It was an unplugged event where you should not have had your phone out. Unplugged means that, like, turn your phones off. You're not going to be on your
They didn't want to film.
Nope.
No photos?
Well, they had a photographer and they had a videographer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fun. I like
They had
that.
both of those, but because I was not either of those.
Kind of don't like them now either.
Nah, that's fine. It's their fucking wedding.
The weddings are, I understand, the weddings are so boring. You gotta sit there and I can't even be on my phone.
Yeah, we're not play Flappy Dumb.
Weddings are fucking fucking nightmare. I hate.
What wedding are you going to?
Oh well, maybe it's different for us. But
I hate it.
Oh, I hated my wedding. I totally blacked out. But
You don't drink at your wedding,
I'm
right?
not saying that.
no, yeah, we don't drink and we're just fucking bored.
The Jewish, Israeli, I think just Jews in general have fucking insane weddings. Like they're so, because there's tons of alcohol, food, and it's like from the first minute you show up, you start drinking.
Ours too. Maybe you just didn't like it.
No, we had.
So there was.
It's the same wedding every weekend. There's 2 singers in Dearborn, and you gotta pick one or the other. And they think they're God's gift. It's their wedding.
Okay, that's a very
blame him for
different
not.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Lena, you say there is alcohol at the wedding?
No, there isn't. But like they still get down without it. They still have.
You
fun
can get
without
down with that, which is nice too if you can do
They're
that.
used to it. Like they live for weddings.
I just realized something so cute, you guys. You're all gonna be at my wedding.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna have my phone.
I mean, I'm waiting for the
Yeah,
couple. Excited.
I'm not sure I've been to a wedding.
Yo, what? Really?
Come with us to Lena's sister's next month.
You'll be at Ali and I's wedding.
Take Lena, actually. You stay home.
Well, Dan, it sounds like Dan is going to have like the fun part.
We're going to a wedding.
Yeah, we're gonna just do a quick little courthouse, boom boom, get the ceremony part out of the way, and then we're gonna just do the
That's
party.
awesome.
The party part is
It's gonna
the
be so
focus. Yeah.
fun.
Thank you, by the way, for not including us in the boring part. Like I know you guys got married. Great.
Yeah, neither of us is
We're very
too much
happy.
about the ceremony and the pomp, so we'll knock that out separately, and we'll just have a good time.
So we're invited? Officially?
Yeah, of course you guys.
All right, here we go. So I made the decision that I would stay because she didn't remember. She said she was going to hire a content creator, but she didn't. So Keziah decided she was going to stay for the entire wedding and get content. Moving on, we were already booked to stay an additional 2 hours for touch-ups at the venue. So I said, hey, why not? As a business owner, some money you'll get on the back end by the hard work you put in and the moments you go above and beyond. For who are you going above and beyond, though?
Well, she's saying she's.
For you and your
she
content?
Okay, so she stayed an extra 2 hours. However, it wasn't fully in service of them.
Yeah, I feel like it was a bit in service of her. She wanted to get her, you'll see, she wanted to get her fiance anthem for her TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling uncomfortable with the fact that she's airing out this over their photos.
Agree.
It's already
Terrible,
like so unprofessional.
terrible form. If you're professional, just why even share this? Why even talk about this publicly? Oh my God.
Yep.
It's horrifying. Even if they were wrong and she was right, it's like so unprofessional.
Totally.
I don't think she has any chance of being right.
Yeah, and they have stuff to say about it too.
All right, let's go.
It is now 11:08. Contractually, she's supposed to be done at 2:30, but she's staying in an additional 2 hours, which means 4:30 is the time that Keziah is supposed to be out.
I'm sorry, I laughed. The time just reminds me of like 9/11, like the second plane hit. Okay, go ahead.
No, I had nothing to do with that.
Just I've never heard the story like this explained with time. It's good. It helps me be a part of it, but it just I don't know. It makes me think of like 11:08. The second.
Like when's the second one gonna hit?
Yeah, we got
second by second.
Proceed. I apologize.
No, you're good. When I tell y'all we
Is
were having a
9/11
good
your
time.
Roman Empire?
9/11's my 9/11.
All right, listen.
That's very funny. When I tell y'all we were having a good time, we were having a really good time. We were listening to all the good music and just laughing and joking the entire morning. I had everyone laughing all morning. There was literally,
the star.
I know, there was not a dual moment at all.
Dual?
D-U-L-E.
Okay.
Not a dual moment. There's, look at our bride, honestly, look at our bride, Kiana. She is having fun. At this point,
Well,
she's
she's
having fun.
smiling in this photo.
Yeah. She was dancing. Kiana, her mom, and all the girls that morning were so sweet and were welcoming to me. They kept calling me their hype man. Mom was so dope, and thank you again for the encouraging words and talks. You were sweet from the time I got there to the time I left. Went and grabbed some content of the dresses and shoes. I was doing full makeup and full-on content, y'all.
Okay,
Is this
hold on.
content?
Hold on.
The pictures she's using with it's criminal.
Yeah, a bit.
It's actually criminal.
Yeah.
Like you're taking photos of these people, they're vulnerable, they're doing it for you, and then you're putting it on TikTok with you talking shit over them. It's criminal. She should go to jail for this. It's just so fucked up. Okay.
Because I don't feel that harsh about it. Don't worry. She went and grabbed content of the dresses and shoes. I was doing full makeup and full-on content, y'all. Just grabbing the bridesmaid shoes.
This is horrible. What do you
But is she thinking that this is content that they want?
That's the thing, is that's what it sounds like she's saying, but it's genuinely like only going on her TikTok page. So I don't know if it's like I'm doing this for you, or if it's like I'm doing this under the guise of doing it for you, but really it's my content.
I think she's rationalizing in her head
Yeah.
that they want this.
There's an exchange, I feel like, there's like an unspoken exchange with someone who gives you a service, I feel, and like they're allowed to.
I give you money, and you give me a service.
Yes, or
That's
like
the
you can
unspoken.
obviously document your service, like.
No, that's not obvious. Absolutely not. What the fuck?
Okay.
You paying? I'm giving money.
Okay, ask.
It's you know what I'm saying? Ask.
Ask.
Yeah, I guess personally, I just assume that like if I get my eyelashes done, the eyelash lady is gonna be like, "Can I get a photo for my Instagram?"
They ask.
Yeah.
Sometimes say no. If somebody does my haircut and I don't feel like posting this on socials, they ask and I'll say, no, I don't want to.
But she's doing your eyebrows and she's taking a picture of your eyebrows. She's not saying, can we get the renegade?
You're right.
Before you walk out.
That's the thing. But if she was doing your makeup and she was like super fun and dancy and was like, I don't even want to go, would you be like, you don't even have to go? You know?
It's just, you shouldn't even say that.
I know.
I'm glad you're okay with it though, Olivia. BTS 100, Olivia's wedding.
No, yeah, for real. I can't wait for everybody to be there.
I genuinely feel bad for all these people she's posting pictures of. I mean, it must be horrifying.
Millions of views, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So Rachel, one of the maids of honor, Rachel was so sweet, one of Kiana's bridesmaids. By the time we got to the venue, we were calling each other cousins, and she was saying that she was going to invite me to her wedding. The amount of people I've told that they're going to be at my wedding. You guys are going to be at my wedding. But like, you guys are actually going to be at my wedding. I've been drunk and told people. Everyone kept telling me to stay for the wedding because it would be so much fun, and I bring so much good energy. I told them I don't know when I'm going to leave, but we are booked to come to the venue. I also told them I'll continue to film content. We started filming the fiance anthem. Thank God, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very exciting.
I'm fully on board with you, Olivia. I'm defending her.
Thank
I'm just
you.
going contrarian.
Dan and I love Kazaya.
She did nothing wrong.
I agree. Is
We
this
should make some TikToks on your wedding day, Dan.
Yeah.
Go for it. Actually, it's in your employment contract.
You've told
I
us
can
no 60
record
days.
any special moment.
It's actually going to be a live show episode, member special.
Yeah.
That's why he had to propose in front of the audience.
Yeah, pay-per-view.
That was in the contract.
It's a member stream. Sign up.
Finally, I got my bride Kiana in the chair. You guys are bringing the energy, Kiana said. Still stopping to film content in the middle of my bride. I was not playing. I wanted all the content from this wedding. Again, who are you doing that for?
Her.
Right.
They have a photographer. It's her.
Yeah, don't stop in the middle of my service, maybe.
Also, the shit she's showing is weird. Like, what the fuck shot is this?
Yeah, it is a weird shot.
Like, all of them have been weird, unflattering, pretty much useless.
And this is all of the content that she was gathering through the day to make her TikToks. Like,
This
she
is
obviously didn't know she was going to do this.
What the fuck is this angle?
Yeah. I was telling Jennifer when to head out to the venue so Kiana could get her hairstyled. It was raining, so she wanted to make sure she looked her best. She told her a very sweet thing about how when knots get wet in the rain, they don't come loose. So that's like something that she tells her brides, which I think is a sweet thing.
Don't come what?
If you get a knot, if you tie a knot in the rain and it gets wet, the knot
In your
will
hair?
be on like a ribbon maybe.
Like a boat. You
Like a
tie
boat.
A bow? Who's tying bows in the
Well,
rain?
She's talking about it. That's what she's talking about.
Like on the dress or in
It
the
was
hair?
raining that day.
Who's tying bows
And
at a
she's
wedding?
like, do you know why it's good luck to get ready? Or do you know why it's good luck to get married? Yeah. She was
The
making
wedding.
her feel better that it was raining.
Because they're tying the knot.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Which I think is a wonderful, beautiful thing of her to do. She didn't have to do that.
If she doesn't say so herself, I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. You're right.
so
She did
nice
pat
of her.
herself on the back. I always make sure I get social media from vendors so that I can tag them on everything. The photographer got there. Melissa is the name of the photographer. We have a photographer. She introduced herself because she always introduces herself to everybody on the wedding day because that's what you do when you're raised with manners, she said.
No.
She makes sure she gets the social media from all of them so she can tag them. She sends a personal email. She knows what she's doing, just in case they need to make any adjustments. Doing that has helped her business so much.
Why the fuck would you want to be tagged?
Well, no, that makes
You're
sense
just a
to me.
person? Why would you want random weirdos to see your wedding and come look at your shit?
No, it sounds like she was getting all of the social media from all of the other wedding vendors. So like the flower lady or the
they're talking about
photographer.
vendors.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I was telling the photographer and the videographer, short guy in the back earlier. What's that about?
That's just totally unnecessary.
Why you gotta be mean? Like, why do you have to say that? That comes back, by the way. That
Was
we
she
were
saying like, oh, he's too short to get good shots?
She's just saying he's short. She's just like, she really wants
Who asked?
people to know. Exactly.
Stop, Dan. Just
No,
we
you're
don't
right.
have time.
Dan is right. Dan is right. Maybe he's short. Maybe he's really short.
I know, Dan. Just stop.
She told the photographer that we were doing the fiance anthem TikTok trend. They were so supportive. She told everyone she would tag them. She invited them to collab, but only the flower company accepted it. She says the shade. Wedding vendor drama. Rachel's still gushing over the look we gave her. I truly believe we get the best brides. Brides who work with who look always were able to match our vibe. So that sounds to me like they're always willing to like be in the content and be like a part of it. But from what we've been told so far, it doesn't necessarily sound like Kiana wants to be part of it. But I don't think that Keziah knows that.
Right.
She's clearly very unaware.
Yeah, this company was built off my personality, my realness, my authenticity. I started telling Kiana about the type of content I would post from her wedding. I don't know why I don't do voiceovers. I used to let them kiss Kiana in the video. She asks, are you going to voiceover all of this? Like, what are you going to do? Kiana's mom was eating the compliments up. She looks so young. This was part one. We're on part two, baby. Here we go. I was on... What's up?
The video, it's just like text.
Yeah.
Over. So okay.
Yeah, it's not important.
Slideshow. Yeah.
Yes. I was on my team's ass, making sure we finish everyone on time and give everyone serviced a touch up before they depart. We were moving quick, making sure the entire bridal party was finished and looking good. Everyone was supposed to be finished by 2, and the bridal party out the door by 2:30. Time was on my body. I was getting to it though. It's 1:56. We're on time, right?
Seriously, what kind of shots are these though?
Yeah, it's just she like set her phone up.
Nightmarish.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want that on social media.
Fuck no, what? It's like an upskirt shot. What the hell?
Say it's almost
I
perverted.
can't even see the makeup.
Photographer
Right.
assuring the bride everything's gonna be fine. I'd already told the bride I would be there for her. If you ever book a wedding with me, I'm gonna stay longer with you. You know how I get down. When I stay at weddings with brides, I go all out and I overextend myself to the utmost because this is what I truly love to do. That's amazing, I think. That's amazing. Love that. I don't need any.
It's not amazing if you're gonna hold it against them later.
Very true. I don't need anything extra. I film my content, give free touch-ups, and hype my brides up because that's what I've always done with my brides.
Touch-ups? What does that mean?
Like powder.
I know,
your
but
face.
free?
Yeah.
Like throughout
you
the
know
day,
what?
right?
I wonder because they paid an extra 2-hour fee for her to do touch-ups, and then she
free.
stayed.
Free?
It's not free.
So it's not free, but then she did stay till the end of the night, which
She
wasn't.
chose to.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
Free. I mean, listen, she's there because they paid her.
Yeah.
It's not charity.
Yes. As I mentioned, we were only supposed to stay an additional 2 hours on location, which means our location time is up soon. I was excited about this wedding. It was all good vibes. My weekend went from a mess to the best, and I was just overjoyed. Everything was going so well.
And then I went out for yogurt and my whole weekend was ruined. What's the fucking thing? Yogurt?
They went to yoga. Yeah.
No, whatever.
The went and got yogurt. They didn't have my favorite flavor, right?
That was the shit. Whatever.
I think.
Okay, so we get to our second location. This is where the wedding is taking place. This is where the bridal suite is. Even though I had to clean up and pack, I still arrived before the bride. That's very professional. That's great. Went straight to the bridal suite. Jennifer was already there, ready to work. We started to finish our bride off. Her headpiece and earrings, so nice. Finished the hair and makeup. Any struggles my bride had, I was ready to help and assist. At weddings, it's all hands on deck to make sure our brides feel and look their best, just trying to make the day easier no matter what.
Info, by the way.
Yeah, a lot. I've sat and made boob pasties by hand for a bride because she really needed it. I'm really by any means when it comes to working these weddings.
Who cares?
Either do it or don't. Like, don't talk so much about what you do.
Next is a black screen, and it says, "This was so funny. The videographer needed to stand on the chair to take the video he wanted because he was so short."
Wait, I was right.
I know.
So
like
they,
what?
So she's saying they needed me because the guy they hired is so short.
Oh,
he can't
you
get
think?
shots.
Yeah,
Even though she's
shade.
filming from her knees.
Wow. That is very funny.
Wow, I can't believe I
You were so on it.
predicted that.
You girl. We all had a laugh about it, and it was just cute and innocent fun.
That
I'll
is
joke.